This is what Donald Trump is trying to distract his rabid followers from. The investigative files of the man who Donald Trump is hanging with here in this video, Jeffrey Epstein. Donald Trump used to party with Jeffrey Epstein all the time. He used to take Jeffrey Epstein to look at real estate. He used to party, hang out with him all the time. Since Jeffrey Epstein was revealed to be a child rapist and sex trafficker and then killed himself in federal prison while Donald Trump was in control of the federal prison system, Donald Trump has desperately tried to distract from the Jeffrey Epstein case and is now trying to distract from his and his attorney general's decision to not release any of the Epstein files, something his rabid followers have been demanding for years. Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Alex Swalwell. He is a member of the House Judiciary Committee. And Congressman Swalwell, as we saw today, the investigation Donald Trump has tried to leak to his fans to get excited about instead of Epstein is this so-called investigation that might or might not be happening of former CIA Director John Brennan. You know this situation well from your time on the House Intelligence Committee. Also, this possible investigation of James Comey. There is nothing they could conceivably be being investigated for. Truth is, they might not be being investigated at all because this is the Trump team that's leaking. But what do you make about where we are in the Trump distraction game and what's going on with the former CIA director and former FBI director?
And I say this, Lawrence, as somebody who Kash Patel put at the very top of his enemies list. He listed 100 people, and he said, of course, at the very top are Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell. So I live this every day, and I don't want to speak for Comey and Brennan, but I imagine they are probably thinking, indict me. Like, don't investigate me, indict me, because they will beat him pretty swiftly at a jury trial. And you're going to see that with LaMonica McIver in New Jersey, my colleague, who has already been indicted by the Trump administration for going to an ICE facility. Her not guilty verdict can't come fast enough, and as soon as it goes to trial, I predict that's what's going to happen. So it's a waste of resources. FBI agents and DOJ prosecutors, and I have talked to them, are being pulled away from terrorism cases, espionage cases, public corruption cases to focus on the president's vendettas. And by the way, Lawrence, what's really interesting is FBI agents were telling me that they were pulled away initially to look at the Epstein files because Donald Trump had promised that this would be released. And now, of course, who knows why Elon Musk has told his own theory. But for many months, FBI agents were pulled off terrorism cases, espionage cases, public corruption cases to work on the Epstein files. So they're just chasing around Donald Trump's conspiracies, and it makes all of us less safe.
And there is so much that Donald Trump wants to distract from now, including his tariff madness and the big budget bill that they passed, which is the most unpopular budget bill that has passed, I think, since we've been watching Congress pass these things, with horrible, horrible results in it, not just for your state of California, but for everywhere in the country. There's a lot that Donald Trump wants to distract from these days.
Yes. In fact, take the Brazil tariff as an example. Donald Trump said he was going to lower prices on day one. You and I know that prices have never been higher. Just go to Walmart or Home Depot, and they're still going up. And now he's decided to tax all Brazilian imports by 50%. That's another tax that he's putting on us. And the reason, it's not because of the current Brazilian president, it's because his buddy, the old one, Bolsonaro, got thumped in the last election and wasn't treated fairly. That sounds crazy, but only Donald Trump would be idiotic enough to write it down and send it out as a press release. And so the way I see it is the way a person chooses tells you everything about him. And Donald Trump chose one Brazilian over 340 million Americans.
And Congressman, there's breaking news tonight that affects California and the whole country. Judge Charles Breyer, Northern District of California, has set a trial date to hear evidence and arguments on whether the Trump administration violated the Posse Comitatus Act by deploying the California National Guard on the streets of Los Angeles. A bench trial scheduled to take place August 11th, 13th. And the judge in his order had this pretty sharp last line saying the court will not entertain requests or stipulations for extensions of time. So there's a judge saying, we're not going to extend time if you ask for it. And even if you both sides agree to extending the time, he's not going to extend the time. It's going to be August 11th.
And that's the way you have to take on Trump. You have to put him on his heels and you have to take him to court. And what I've also been told by folks inside the administration is sue us. Literally, Lawrence, Department of Justice lawyers have told me, sue us. And what they've told me is we don't have the resources. Too many people have left. Too many lawsuits are coming in. If you take us to court, we can't keep up with these lawsuits. And so this aggressive nature is just one way to take on Donald Trump. Next week, as we do what's called defense appropriations, funding the Department of Defense, I will have an amendment, a yes or no, up or down vote on the House floor that would defund, the National Guard to be used as immigration enforcement. And so I'm going to make my Republican colleagues decide and tell their constituents whether they can justify the $134 million taxpayer dollars that have already been spent in California for the president's political stunt.
Congressman Eric Swalwell, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.
And coming up, we will consider how Donald Trump's tariff letter to Brazil could affect Donald Trump's appeal to the United States Supreme Court about his illegal and unconstitutional tariffs, which have already been ruled illegal and unconstitutional by the leading judicial experts on tariffs in America, the Special Federal Court for International Trade. That's next.